Welcome everybody to the Wednesday night live stream here at Suarez HQ. Now, I've got a little secret to tell you. At the moment, AD and I are probably halfway across the Atlantic Ocean by now because we are on our way to go and see a client in the USA. Now, I can't reveal who it is, but this audio clip might just give you a clue.
This is Arnold. Listen, I will be in the area tonight around 8 o'clock, and we're looking to see if we got a table for 3. I mean, if you can have any wiggle room, it would be absolutely fantastic.
Sure. We can put you down for 8 o'clock. You said for 3?
Yes, me, my son, and his girlfriend. I think it would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, you got it. Would you like me to put it under your name?
If you could use a pseudonym, I don't want anybody that'll be in the restaurant. You know, you get in the paparazzi all over here. Yeah.
Absolutely. What name would you like me to use?
I think we should use Ari, A-R-I, Schwartz. I mean, they will not know.
All righty, you are all set then. We'll see you tonight at 8.
Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon, right? Hasta la vista.
All righty, bye-bye.
All right.
No, can't say more than that. Let's just hush about the subject. But we are on our way to see somebody over in the US. Anyone here from California? Drop me a note in the comments. Anywho, so this is a pre-recorded, as you might have guessed. We didn't want to let you guys down. It's all happened a bit quickly, but we wanted to shoot in the day before, record this especially for you, so you've got something to look forward to at our normal time. Now, I may or may not be on the chat. Please forgive me because it depends whether the airline is going to give me any Wi-Fi and whether I can do that on my iPad. But if I am on the chat, and note to my future self, well done, Ed, you've managed to sort it out. If I'm not, huge apologies, guys. Normal service will be resumed on the 21st, and we are going to do a double giveaway. I'm not kidding. 2 paintings, 2 originals, I'm going to give away on the 21st of February. And if you would like to know how to get one of those and be in with a chance of winning, then you only have to click and put a comment on last week's video. What am I talking about? We're looking for the thumbnail. Here it is on the screen right now. That's the thumbnail that you're looking for, folks. Search for that on the channel. Okay, it's the Stripe week. We had the most amazing week last week. We did something incredible. Trust me, we are gonna get more incredible on this video, so that's still to come. But as I'm recording this, there's only 60 comments. Come on, guys, you want to be in a chance we're winning, we need more than 60 comments. And if we're giving away 2, that means you've got a 1 in 30 chance of winning. I could shake the camera. A 1 in 30 chance of winning. Come on, get all your friends. Let's shake it. Come on, get all your friends. Look, I'm serious. Look, listen, read my lips. You've got a really good chance of winning an original. Okay, so if you want to increase those chances, get all your friends to go and watch the video and leave a comment. 21st of February, guys, make a note in the diary. That is going to be a very special evening. Talking of special evenings, what have we got for you here? Well, for those of you that did see the last video and the last live stream, you'll know that we did a rainbow painting. This, folks, is a triple cascade. 1, 2, 3. 3 attempts at creating a painting with the stripe idea. This is going to be absolutely like unreal. Completely new territory for me. Never done it on a triple before, but we thought we'd raise the stakes, see what we can do. And this is gloriously live. There's no editing, even though we're not technically live. This is recorded in one go with no interruptions, no breaks, and no editing. And there's no script. This is all as it comes, as raw as it comes, folks. So I hope you can appreciate that with what we're about to do next. Let's go on to Roam Cam, buddy. Give everybody a... There I am. Let's give everybody a little look. I've got a bigger battery on the Roam Cam this week because I think we're going to need it. Here we go then, folks. I've recut a giant piece of canvas. There was the size of the one from last time, because that was exactly the same as last week. And now we've got this, which is just about 3 meters long, 2.3 meters wide, and we've got 1, 2, 3 surfaces. I've no idea if this is even going to work down here, but we've worked all the angles out, everything with regard to the slopes. It's pretty incredible. For those of you that don't think there's much thought into this, it's now taken 3.5 hours to prepare. That's including the paints. I'm going to show you that in just a second. But importantly, this has taken a lot of time to cut and to prepare.
Hi folks, Adrian here. So, last week's stripe painting, a lot of you were asking to have a look at it. As it stands,
Hello.
hello, the Patreons have seen this.
Yes,
got
they have.
a 24-hour first look before
Absolutely.
anybody else.
Yes, mate.
Of course, because we're recording this is 24 hours later. So now we're going to show you what it looks like.
Are you ready, folks? Shall we just do it, mate? Shall I just cover this just a second? Shall we do it?
Let's do it.
Do it! Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true! Nothing is impossible! No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can!
Now, how about that? We've cut some of the cellophane off. It's still all stuck together. We had quite a problem getting it off the floor, but how magnificent is that? If only I'd have just had that as canvas, what a painting that would have turned out to be. So we will do that at some point, won't we? We discuss that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, all I did was I cut around the cellophane a little bit so that it kind of gave that effect of almost floating. And I said to Ed, it would be incredible if we could not frame this and have this as like a pinned painting, because this literally, you know, hanging off like that, I think would be well. Is there anything else like that in the world?
Well, I know I'm a big fan of the work of Ian Davenport.
Yeah.
Who was around the new wave of British artists, late 80s, with Damien Hirst and Tracy Emin and Sarah Lucas and those kind of people. And Ian's work is full of stripes and lines on all kinds of mediums, and he does these amazing things with these pools at the bottom, and I've seen that before. Not that that was uppermost in my mind when we were doing this, but you know, it's not been done with enamels before, so I wanted just to have a go and see what had happened. So as far as us doing something that we're comfortable with, I think that is absolutely extraordinary, and I really want to investigate doing a bigger one with canvas at the bottom and having it as a single piece. Do let us know in the comments or in the chat if you think that will be a good idea, but we're going to queue that up for some point in time, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Okay, folks, so but for now, look, 1, 2, 3, this is the triple. We've never ever done anything like this before. We'll stay on Rome Cam, buddy, while I lock the door, because I want to show everybody the colours that we're using. Okay, right, we because of the time, and I've got packing to do, we've got seat allocations to sort out before we fly off, and there's very little time in the day, so we've got one shot at doing this. It's not like, oh, if I mess this up, we'll cut another piece of canvas and do it all over again. I can't do that. I just simply can't. There's no time.
Hey, we might not even get there at this rate, because at the moment, unfortunately, California has I think they call it 100-year storm. So we're going to be flying into rain, wind, hurricane forces, all sorts, really. Yeah,
so I do hope we can actually, you know, leave and fly into where we're supposed to be flying into. That would be pretty good, wouldn't it? So we'll have to wait and see. We'll keep you updated with that, folks. And if I am on chat, great. And if I'm not, humble apologies. You'll have to chat amongst yourselves. Right, this is a look at the colours. Something a little bit different with this week. There are 19 colours that I'm going to use, including the dreaded black. We might be leaving that till the very end. I have thinned these down with the solvent paint thinners. I know it's a question a lot of people ask, what thinners do you use? Standard solvent-based paint thinners. And they've all got different quantities. So what's going to happen when they hit the canvas? Some are going to disappear off all over the place, so don't expect lines necessarily here. What I'm interested in is what happens when it hits the curve, and then also what happens when it hits the edge. So we've got a curve and we've got a waterfall. So we've got one lot of paint going one way and the same amount of paint going the other. I have no idea what's going to happen, folks, but you've probably got 2 or 3 minutes to finish boiling the kettle and make yourself comfortable before it all completely just hell breaks loose. Right, we're recording this for time lapse, so we'll be able to put that out on socials at some point in time. But right now, folks, I am going to get some paint on canvas. Okay, right, let's get the gloves on. I hope you're suitably excited. Remember, if you are watching this, please do get involved in the chat, because when I watch it back, certainly, if I haven't got any Wi-Fi on the plane, I'll be very interested to see what you're all chatting about. And of course, you will be in for a chance to win one of 2 Suarez Originals by leaving a comment on the previous live painting, which is over on the live tab on the channel, irrespective of which device you're looking at this from. Right, okay, 19 colours. Let's start at the green end of the spectrum, shall we? Now, you can expect, because this is all thinned down, things to go a little crazy now. It's all going to happen quite quickly. Just give me a second, folks. My time lapse is running, but I haven't done anything for 20 minutes since I started it, so let's start that again. Right, and we're going to start off with Piaggio Scooter Green, one of my faves. So, dude, are you ready? Right, okay, let's start off. This is going to go everywhere. Don't expect straight lines. I'm going to be as careful as I can. Here we go, folks. First time we've ever done a triple on the channel. Let's see what's going to happen. Oh, what's going to happen when we hit the curve? Now I've got to try with this first one to figure out how much paint I'm supposed to be putting on here. Oh, it's spreading, look. Knew it would spread. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. That's what I expected. The angle is less severe, so it's got less force acting upon it. For those of you who want to work the physics out. Yeah, I have a subscription to New Scientist magazine. I'm going to be reading lots of those on the plane. I've packed a load, so when this is going out, I'll be knee deep in sciencey things. I'm a big science fan. Right, okay, let's get another one of those on, because the Piaggio is going on pretty well. We're going to build this up fairly quickly, folks. Now that I'm building up a little bit of confidence in the paint. God, these look like upside down cactuses in the desert. I'm feeling a bit more confident. Let's space these out a little bit. Yeah, let's do that one there. Pretty happy with that so far. Now we're just switched to overhead cam. I've no idea what we're going to get from the overhead or what that's going to look like. But this is such a big canvas. It's just, I mean, we've got a fixed focal length on the overhead because of course we hit the floor, so I have no idea really what that's going to look like. Okay, we've got the green on. Let's pick let's pick red. No, plum. Let's go for plum. It's kind of purple, mate. Should we get some purple on?
Purple. Of course, you've got to get some purple on.
Right, let's get some purple on. Now, things are always a little bit different when it's unthinned paint. The last time I tried this with thinned paint, this side, the top bit, did not go well. It kind of went everywhere, so I've kind of leaned back on the thinners a little bit. If we're talking volume, I'm probably, if the paint equals 100, I've probably gone 20 to 30 on the thinners, whereas before I might have gone 60 to 70. And hopefully what this is going to let me do is get a little bit more control out of what I'm doing. Now the question is with this being more liquid, how much am I going to need before it gets off the other end? Even if it does get off the other end, who knows? And I'm sure as this broadcast goes on, I'm going to get a bit more confident, maybe a bit more cocky. But so far so good. The paint's kind of behaving. I've always got my good old friend the thinners, and we've got other chemicals, and of course we've got special sauce. I'm quite keen to know what happens when they start to mix with each other. That's pretty much all the plum on now. In fact, yes, that is all the plum. Plum has gone. Let's pick ourselves another colour. We've got 19 colours, 2 are already on. Work the maths, folks. Right, I'm going to pull those out so I know where they've gone. Let's see what we're going to go next. Let's go with a green. This is actually called water blue. I'm going to pop this one on next. I have to keep walking around because it's a little bit tight round the back. But you're going to start to see things getting a little bit crazy with the more colours that go on. So I'm going to space the greens out a little bit now. Try and fill up some. I'm looking particularly at the bottom now. Now that's interesting now, where we've got the plum, which is now going to mix with the green. We've got a big tail. I think Adie's zooming in on that. That's a good shot. Let's get some in on the edge. I'm feeling more confident now with the paint. I hope you guys. Oh, that's gone off at an angle. Why has that got an angle? Oh, that's right. It's coming back. It's coming back. We're cool. Whew. Angle? Why has that got an angle? So I hope you guys are appreciating the fact that in amongst us jetting off all of a sudden halfway around the world as you watch this, that we want to get something out to you so we don't disappoint all of you on a Wednesday. We know for a great many people in all sorts of places around the world, it's a good thing in the week, it's a positive thing in the week, and we enjoy doing it too. So why wouldn't we try and bring you a broadcast going and doing something bigger and bolder and brighter? Stripes 2.0. This is the triple header, the one we've never done before. Let's see what happens. Now we are getting towards the edge on some of this, but it is kind of stopping. Don't panic about that, folks, because we've got the magic of thinners that we can add to this. We're going in with the red now. We're going to start building up some more of these colours and seeing what happens now as we get the curve. So it isn't accelerating as much as I thought, but we do have a lot more paint to go yet. We've only really just started, and if all goes completely wrong, I'll just start banging paint on it. Okay, red's going on. This is nice. I haven't really done anything in the middle yet, so let's get something good. We've got all the yellow palette to come next, which is going to be really cool. Now, if you're enjoying this, folks, please do give us a thumbs up somewhere just under where the play window, you know, the play bar, the big red bar underneath, where you can stop and start the video. There's a outline of a thumb. If you are enjoying this, it tells the bots, the AI and the algos that you're enjoying it, and it might just send it out and recommend it to somebody else. So please do hit that thumbs up button, please, folks. And if you're not sure where that is, here's a little reminder.
Now, if you're enjoying this video, then don't forget to give us a nice big thumbs up. And remember to hit that subscribe button. And click on your bell icon so you never miss any of our upcoming videos.
Great stuff. Thanks for that, folks. We're going in with the light blue now. Good palette of colours, this. An interesting one. So we're going to start jazzing in some more of the primaries in just a second. I think this is all going to change when the magenta, pink and the yellows go into it. So in particularly now we can see as more paint starts to go on and it hits with what's down below, that's going to get quite entertaining. See what's happened now with the blue, and of course as we populate this more, we're going to get a lot more blending going on, and I can gladly report that we've actually got some paint on the third tier of the canvas. Now, at the moment that runoff is just what it is, it's just a runoff, but so far we've actually made it go where we wanted it to go, which I'm really pleased about. All right, going to get all the blue down here. This blue is a really nice one. It's kind of a sky blue. It's actually a Pantone colour for the technical amongst you. Don't ask me which one, because I've got about 1 million colours, or maybe more. I don't know how many Pantone I got. Right, okay, so we've got 5 down, folks, and I think we'll go for some melon yellow. I would like to say give me a vote in the comments, but of course this is a pre-record, so I can't do that. But now it is yellow time. Okay, so that's good. So we've got the blue, yeah, we can see the blue going across the red now, which is really nice. I'm just having a look at my lines. It is strange, isn't it, the way it's going off at a tangent. Right, so when Adie's got the full shot back on, we'll go back in with some melon yellow. It's quite cool, actually, isn't it? Yeah, let's just watch that until it hits. It's going through the red now, as you can see. To think you've all tuned in to watch paint dry. Isn't that great? Look at the way it's split. No, it's off. It's off, isn't it? It's going off to the corner, to the side. All the red's still moving as well. We might have to do a little bit of a thinners spray very shortly to see where all this goes. But yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, look at that going. So it won't move around that white gap, that spot. Interesting. Yeah, it is a pretty cool effect, isn't it? Right, dude, let me know when you're ready. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to take my clamp off for now. Let's get this on the back because I want to access the center. So we have a nice center. We're going to get a load on here. Look at that, racing all the way down. Who doesn't like a bit of melon yellow? Now I'm really happy with the size of the stripes here, and they're actually maintaining themselves really nicely. They're behaving, which is unusual. So that's nice. Starting to get some of these really nice primaries involved now. Some of the shouty ones. We're just laying our foundations. And where am I going to pop one? I think one's got to go here. Don't think actually I'm going to have enough paint. 19 half cups of paint. That's well, they're not quite half litres that I've made. I'm trying to work out how many litres are going to go on this canvas by the time I've finished. I reckon probably about 7 litres of paint will be on here by the time I've finished, which is terrifying considering I know how much it costs. All is good. Right, Boston Metallic. That's one of my faves. First metallic of the evening. Let's get this on. And a warm welcome to all of you if you are new onto the broadcast. We really appreciate you watching this. We do this every week. There's 204 of them now for you to go and have a look at on the channel. So if this is your first one, on behalf of us all here in the community, a very warm welcome to you. It's great to see you here. We're always doing this at most weeks of the year. Always trying to try something different. It's never edited. It's always as live can be. Slight exception is today, where if you are just joining us, we're on a plane across the Atlantic as you're watching this, off to see a client. Okay, that's a pretty good one. Right. Okay, so having a look at what's hitting the floor, I'm just going to jump through the picture there for a second and grab the next colour. Now, it might be, there's going to be a point in time when I'm going to have to spray this, and I think it might be now, because I need to try and encourage. So while you're on the PTZ, mate, which one are you on, tier 2 or 3? 3. Let's go 2 for a second, mate, and do an outshot for me, come back on the shot. And I'm just going to give this, some of these, a little bit of a spray. It's going to be quite important as the next colours go on because I need it to hit. And then I need it to start doing stuff. Now this is going to get quite crazy quite quickly. So you don't need to go anywhere or do anything. You just need to keep watching. I'm not spraying the top. Look at the top lines on tier 1. The top lines are actually really strong and I'm very, very pleased with those. We've still got about 12 colours to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're 7 colours in, folks. We're going to go in with the lime. You know what the time is? It's time for lime. Let's get some lime green on. Oh, yes.
Do it! Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it!
Now, from the creatives amongst you, here's what's going through my head now. So I'm kind of concentrating. I'm not worried about the third one. That's kind of the runoff. And if anything on there works or we can tease it into doing anything as we press on, then great, happy days. But I'm not worried about that. What I'm trying to do now is get something accurate and linear and expressive on the top. It's an absolute celebration of colour from top to bottom. And then the second one, which is the one I'm most interested in, is the one where we're kind of leaving it to Mother Nature to sort out. That's the interesting one because I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen with that. What I want to be able to do though is have 3, well, certainly 2 credible artworks by the time we're finished. That's the hope. And we'll have to wait and see because naturally there are things like angles, rates of ascent, fluidity of the paint. There are so many variables at work here that even being able to replicate it again would probably be impossible. And of course we're going to get a different result if we do it again. So every single one of these, whenever we try and do something with the same formula, always turns out different. And that's just simply down to the amount of variations, even subtle ones, that we may introduce. AD and I were talking before we did this about the angle of the piece of board, the sterling board, that has got tier 2 on it, and what effect that would do. We've got quite a shallow angle on it at the moment. It'll be interesting to see what we get with either a more shallow, so just a very slight one, or a more severe incline in it. That would be quite cool as well. So we've got lots of options as this technique kind of progresses and pans out. You know, you could really explore this kind of thing forever and a day, but always come out with something different. Always come out with something unique and certainly very expressive. I'm doing this sight and scene now because I can't see where it's going. But at least I've got that back on to stop it from falling over. And slowly we're beginning to build things up. Slowly we're getting things running off here. So I can now start to think about where my volumes of paint go. I'm going to need more paint. How bit bonkers is that? We're going in with a nice lilac here, I think. This will get Henry DeHaan and AD really excited.
Lilac. Nice, that's almost purple.
So we'll get the lilac on, and I'll give you a roam cam look. Oh, there's some really nice rivers going down. This is a really, really cool colour. I love this. And kind of look at that next to that plum. Isn't that gorgeous? That's just crying out for gold. Don't know yet if I'm going to put gold into this, but we'll see how things pan out. Yeah, see, they're going quite well now, aren't they? These, I can definitely feel that I'm building in confidence now with them. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. And things are starting to build up down below here. We're starting to get these flows coming out. Don't forget, I did pop a little thinners on there. So the thinners is going to help things to keep moving. Let's have a look on roam cam then, folks. Let's see what's going on. Let's actually start with tier 3. Look, we've got some runoff, which is fine. I'm not too worried about that. Anything happens, happy days. But you know, we're halfway through, so we'll have to wait and see. But hold the front pages. Look at the interesting things going on here. I'm going to try and stay as static as I can. But look at that going. Let's see if we can get a little bit further down and I'll take a static shot. This is what we're up against, folks. And of course, all the paint that's gone on before, things are still moving. Look, if I try and stay here, we've got all that Boston blue is still moving, and it was quite a while since that went on. So we're morphing all the time. There we go. I just popped on the lilac and it's heading down, look, forging its way across the canvas surface, mixing and sorting itself out as it goes along. We're letting gravity do the work, and all those wonderful elemental physical reactions are going on. Absolutely fantastic. Let's walk around here. Let's show you on the bend. Well, there's the bottom bend for a start. Look, curving around the corner. It's an extraordinary look. Still keeps going. Love that round the bend. That's gorgeous. Look, we were watching that earlier with the blue. Now look where the blue's gone. It's all the way down here. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Things moving and morphing and changing constantly. We've got, look at that though for the stripes. Yeah, for all the OCD fans amongst us. I say amongst us, I count myself as one. That's beautiful. We've got good regularity of lines. I'm not going to mess that up with any thinners tonight. And yet we've got this mixture of control and chaos and whatever. 1, 2, 3 tiers of absolute madness and joy going on. And there's one just got away. Look, it doesn't matter how much canvas I put out, there's always some that escapes. Okay, well that's looking pretty good, folks. Loving what's happening down here, but we've still got loads of colours to go, so I think we should probably get some on. Enjoying this so far? If you are new here and haven't done so already, folks, we'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. You'll find it sort of somewhere down there. That's the button to look out for. What that means is you never miss any of our upcoming videos, especially if we do pop-up live streams or post one of these out when you least expect it. And click on your bell icon as well, and that way you will always get notified when one of these videos pops out. And you never know, we might be doing a quadruple tier next time. Who knows? Anywho, let's press on. We've got more colours we need to put on. Let's have a look at the next one then, shall we? We will go with, what a crowd pleaser this is. It's the one and only Suarez Blue. Yay! Let's have a round of applause for some Suarez Blue, shall we? Cool. And this is going to start working in. What I'm going to do is actually move that to there. Oh, right, careful, Ed. Let's just move that to there for a second because I need to get some on here. Okay, that's reasonable. Oh yeah, look at that blue. That's magnificent one too. I think we have to get one over here somewhere, don't we, folks? Let's try, I think this, yeah, let's try it there because I want to leave Magenta kind of for now. That's really going to jazz things up. Well, let's see what happens when that blue hits. Maybe we can get another one there. Can't have enough Suarez Blue. It's an absolute joy. That's looking pretty good. So we've still got more runoff going off now down here. That's quite interesting. I'm going to be giving that a spray very, very shortly. We'll be throwing some thinners on that, I can tell. Right, we've got orange and we've got Magenta. We've got a burnt umber. We've got a light orange and we've got, sorry, a light yellow. And we've got a mint plus black and white. So I've got to think now. You're probably shouting at me as to which colours need to go next. I think let's go for some mint and then we can start adding in some more of the punchy colours. Right, I think we'll go one there. So I've got to think now about quantities and what's going on down below, which I'm trying to consider. So these are going to be highlights. They're not going to have, I don't think they can afford to have too much in them, these particular ones. And because a lot of these are going to get washed away when the next wave goes on.
Now, the question is today, are you going to put any black on?
Well, I know. It's one of those, isn't it? What do you do? I've got it mixed and ready, but whether it goes on or not, I guess I'll have to see at the end. And I think it's one of those colours I'm definitely going to have to wait for the end to kind of get here before I've got a real positive answer to that. Let's just move the clamp because I want to get a little drop down here. And Suarez Blue looking really nice down below now. A lot of this is going to come off. So I'm kind of thinking now about the spaces that I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still, would you believe, still 7 colours. We've used 12 colours so far. Can I squeeze past here? Yes, I can. We're going in with a limey yellow now. So I think now I've got to turn attention to the top and figure out where that's going. That's that one. Not too much now. We can put these in frequency, but not in quantity. So let's just see what a single pour does. So where I was really putting it and ladling it on before, I'm actually going to roll it back a little bit and just see what happens without too much going on. This is probably going to have quite an interesting, almost threading kind of effect, you know, where it threads itself into some of the other paint. Now there's the all camera shot. Tell me where else you get that on the internet, because you won't. I think we're the only ones crazy enough to do this kind of stuff. And that's quite all right by me. Right, that's looking pretty good. Now that yellow has really jazzed a lot of things up here, which I'm really pleased about. Let's do a tiny one there. I can start to think about where my quantities need to be. So I'm having to kind of balance 2 paintings at the same time here, which is not an easy thing to do, I can assure you. Right, okay. Let's go in there with the kind of burgundy. It's not quite a plum. It's got a little bit of sort of kind of woodiness, a bit of kind of almost charcoalness in it. But it's a really nice colour. So again, there's not going to be a huge amount of this going in. I'm trying to manage the pools, which I've got down below. Yeah, so now we've got some tracking going on, but I don't mind that. That's okay. Got to concentrate. So if I go a bit quiet, sorry. Just trying to feel my way through it. That's not all that I was planning to use on that, which is fine. Okay, light blue. I've got 2 big colours coming up. So far so good, I'm quite pleased with that. It's going to need to have a spray. The second one's certainly going to need to have a spray, but for now I think we're doing okay. I don't mind having those big gaps in it actually. You know, this is all about the joy of using a material that probably was never designed to do anything like this. Quite a warm blue this, it's like a French blue. Tracking a little bit, but that's okay. Don't mind if it accidentally spills in a few places. That's all part of it. I'm really being super careful on my quantities. I've got a great big gap there. Can I tease that? Nope. Really does not want to go down there, does it? How bizarre. So let's get that off. Okay. Yeah, it is. And just about the tension of it. I could probably tease that a little bit. Right. Okay. Yeah, it really doesn't like that, does it? Okay, let's see. Sorry, folks. Let's just see if I can do something with that. Starting now to get a good run off on the bottom. I'm going to show you that back on the roam cam very shortly. But for now, that's good so far. Okay. Right, magenta. This is where it starts to get interesting. It's very interesting. I know where my gaps are up here. Which one am I supposed to be concentrating on? Goodness me. Okay, this is where it gets kind of difficult now. So let's get my clamp moved, making sure my tension's still all right, which it is. I don't mind if this sticks to it a little bit. Center clamp can come off for now. I'll put that on when we've finished. I think this one here, definitely a candidate for magenta. There we go. That's a nice one. That's a good one, folks. I like it. Let's see where that tracks to. I think that's got to have one as well. That's fine. Miss one. Let's go here. And of course, I've got to put enough on that there's enough force going behind it, which is bizarre to try and push it where it needs to go. At the same time, I don't want to put too much on. So you're kind of in that what do you do situation. I'm trying to gauge it so there's enough of everything. But those are pretty good. I imagine they look pretty good on camera right now. Let me know in the chat if you're watching live, and certainly in the comments if you're not. And they're starting to really flow at the bottom. This is going to give it quite a lot of interest and movement and shape. Actually, probably need to go over between these two. I'm looking at the tier 2 now and thinking where I need to go with it. Let's just try that one there. It might be a bridge too far, but we don't know. That's fine. So next up is going to be my orange. And then we'll give you a look on roam cam and see just exactly what's happening all around this, because things are changing so very quickly here, folks. But I think you'll admit, let me know in the chat and the comments what you think of that so far. I think we're doing pretty good. This end might be cut off, and so with that, but we've actually got some really nice stripes going through the middle. And with that, the one in the center, magnificent, of course it is, because we love when Mother Nature gets involved. Let's see now if we can get the orange right. Now I want small but multiple versions of this. So I'm just trying to be cute about volumes here and placement. Difficult when you have to close one eye. I'd like to try and make sure that this doesn't flow all the way across the canvas and maybe have part of it. It only goes so far, so to speak. So that center one, look, going to be quite a short one, I think. Let's definitely get one in there, but I think this, when you look at tier 2, needs to be more pronounced. So slightly bigger volume on that. Trying to tell you what's going through the head as I'm doing this. But it is quite difficult trying to assess what each tier is going to need to be successful. I'd like, you know, to definitely have two paintings out of this. But I don't want to overload in places because then it doesn't work so well. But let's try, you know, everything, it's always different every time. It's one thing I like about it. Yeah, I think we've got that through the center. That's good. Just looking at my gaps down at the bottom. Now we've had the tele magenta. That's now starting to pull some life into it. The yellow's quite dominant over here, so I'm going to do something with that. That could be a candidate to pop the black in if we decide to go down that route. Let me just wander around. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. I'm liking that so far. It's confident on the top. The question is whether I do anything with that or not. I really don't know. So I'm going to grab some cream and see if I can do some of these white stripes with these blank canvas with the cream. Okay, just to pop a little something in there. The jury's out on whether I do any gold at the moment. I've got a feeling I'm not going to do that. I don't know why, but I just don't feel gold's right on this at the moment. This is, you know, the world can be a dark place sometimes, can't it? It's all about the celebration of colour and of life. And whilst gold is fantastic and wonderful, and we do use it a lot, don't use it all the time. This is just telling me at the moment, just hold back from that for now. Once it's on, you can't get it off, can you? Oof, it's all getting tense now, isn't it? Right, okay, let's change gloves. I think I'm going to get some, yes, it all disappeared off the end, that one. Going to get some thinners on that. I'm going to give a little spray. What did I just do with my spray? Ah, there we go. So the curve is nice, colours are rather nice. Yeah, I'm liking that, that's pretty good. Let's just give this bottom one a bit of a spray because we might be doing something with that shortly. That's good. Right, let me assess in my head now where we're at and what I need to do. So the question will be, do I spray the lines on the top? If I do, it'll have to be before any decision of black goes on. I'm trying to, you know, do this, think about this in my head. Right, I think on tier 2, buddy, if you can give me a shot, I'm definitely going to have to give this a spray in some places because it needs a little bit of encouragement. Can you tell me when you're ready? Going to go that way to that way, and I'm going to try and spray and tease it a little bit. Actually, I'll go this way, mate, so you've got a full shot. All right. And hopefully start to fill some of these up. Even if they become a little bit almost like watercolours, you probably start to see those moving. Don't need to put too much on. And I tell you what's going to be fun here as well, because we're not going to see this obviously because we're jetting off. So we're not going to see this until we're back. So this is just going to stay, and it will be whatever it will be, folks. And I can't tell you what that's going to be. I can only do as much as I can to influence it. I might have to start prodding it with a stick in a minute, but that's fine. It's not a problem. We're used to doing that kind of stuff, aren't we? You've seen this before. You know, we all get up to this kind of stuff. Okay, that's fine. Right, let me get out of the way of the camera. Yeah, some really nice bits starting to open up here now. Okay, right, so let's have a poke and a prod with that. Let me get myself a prodder before I then decide the big question: should I put any black on this, and if so, where and how much? Not a lot is the answer to that. So I'm going to use the other end of my Jibba Jabba. Which camera are we, buddy? Let's see if I can just tease a few of these here, look. It might just open some pathways up, or try and persuade paint to move somewhere where it hadn't done. It might flatten canvas, it might not, who knows. But we're going to have a little, let's pull some lines through, let's see what we can do there, look, and see what happens to these. So we're Mother Nature plus a little bit of intervention from me. Let's try and get some of these moving a little bit. Really nice where all this is happening now. And of course we're going to still get movement on the top. And it's still going to be putting pressure on the paint that I'm moving now. So even if I was to walk away this second, both paintings are still going to have quite a period of change and adjustment within them. You pick up some orange, pop it through there. Magenta's nice. I'm trying to work my way down now. Maybe, you know what, you might think, oh no, don't do that, it's disastrous. Actually, you'll be surprised. I might come back to that there, so I'll leave that for a second. Interesting what's going on this edge as well. That's quite nice. Let's actually just bring that back a little bit. These are like the moons of Jupiter going on. Very, very cool. But that, actually, let's just deal with it now. Let's just see where we're at. See what I can do there. That's a little bit better. I'm going to tease that blue. A little bit of a flow down there. There we go, look. Nice. Okay, so that's kind of covered that up there, looking really good. So if I come around the other side, mate. And let's try that over here. It's essential that we get these little bits and pieces dealt with now, I think. Paint needs to still flow while it's able to. You'll probably hear me tapping the table because the microphone's pulling it out rather. Good. So I've got a couple of candidates still for more paint, which is fine. I'll come back to those. All right, let's get into the other end here. Now, a bit controversially, there we go. I'm going to try and maneuver some of this around a little bit. That's fine. Okay. Just while I try these, few adjustments here and there. Oh yeah, got some spots on it now. That's interesting. Might have to give that another little skadoosh. Lots of really interesting features starting to poke out. I'm going to give you another look on Roam Cam very shortly, once we're back on track, folks. But these are just some of the. I need to just gently tease some of this into a space that I'm a little bit more comfortable with, if that makes sense. And like I said before, it's all just such a unique thing. You know, every time we do this, the paint always reacts differently. And that's part of what makes it intriguing and interesting. It doesn't matter how many times you do things, you never get the same thing twice. And with these kinds of paints and techniques, I really like that. I think if it became, what's the word I'm looking for, predictable, that you knew and had control over absolutely everything all the time, I'd probably lose interest very quickly. But in actual fact, what we're doing is introducing lots of different, almost chaotic random elements that are essentially based on the laws of physics. But even with that, I can't possibly understand on a molecular level what's going on all the time. It's just impossible. So it's good to be able to leave some of this to chance. We can only go so far to understanding about what's going on as mortals, and the rest, it just is what it is. And I think that's hopefully part of what makes us unique here. Is it? Although we're always trying to reinvent the wheel, you can never second guess anything. So hopefully you'll see now on some of the puddles that we're zooming in on. They're looking pretty cool. There's a lot of cool things starting to happen here. Right, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. We've got ourselves a decent rainbow here. So the big question is, do I need to get colour on before I go with the black? And really the black is kind of the finality to this, isn't it? That's where, if anything's going to happen, that's where it's all going to stop and descend into chaos. So I have to be really careful now on what I do and where that goes. But actually what we've got so far is really, really, really super nice. Let's just give that a little spray. I want to encourage some of the white to move. Okay, so I'll just come around the other side. Apologies if I'm not saying a lot, but I'm trying to desperately concentrate on a couple of parts of this now that I really need to concentrate on. And I've got to think now what I'm going to do next to really turn this into something quite special. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. I definitely need some more white on here, so I'm going to do that right now. So I might have to be quiet for a moment, folks, while I try and work out where this is going to end up going. So we'll leave AD to do some of the close-ups. So this is my concentrate time now. Now, if you're only just joining us, sorry we're not live. This is pre-recorded the day before because as we're broadcasting on, we're on a plane on our way over to the States. More on that at another point in time. For now, let's just enjoy the painting. Now this is for me to try and gauge where all the lightness needs to be, and there's some parts of this I want to try and lighten up from this angle, and I will show you this in a moment. This looks absolutely incredible, seriously, and I'm not blowing my own trumpet. There are some truly mesmerizing shapes starting to appear in this now. I'm sure you're probably getting that for some of the angles that Adie's giving you right now. I'll be very careful where I try and put the next wave of white paint on. I don't mind that great big splodge at the end. That's going to lighten that end up gorgeously. But we've got some really nice blends going on over here as well, but I'm a little bit short in a couple of places. So then the big question is, does the black go on? If the black goes on, I'm going to have to be incredibly careful where that goes. A little bit of me thinks that we should be adding just a little bit of that in, a little bit of drama, a little bit of intrigue, something just as maybe just one or two very, very carefully placed ones here and there. I mean, it isn't going to need any more than that, is it? Let's be honest. But that now is really starting to do something, and I'm liking that a lot. We might not have perfect lines on the top anymore, but you know what? Where paint interacts with paint, I'm not at all unhappy with that. Neither am I with what's coming off on the bottom as well. I'll give you another look at that in just a moment, but so far we do seem to have a rainbow triple cascade of awesomeness, and I'm loving this. Now it just comes down to what other colours, if anything, I need to put on. Let me assess my orange. Well, my orange is great over here. Am I losing anything? Yeah, if anything, I'm losing just a little bit of the red. My red seems to have gone. It's quite okay down here. Just looking now whether I need to add anything. I think I'm going to add a little drop, just a couple more small magentas. And we're back on the all camera shot there, so hopefully you'll see this one progressing nicely. Right, that's a tiny magenta. Tick in the box. I'm fine with that. Let's try. Need to try something here. I wonder if I can get through the center. I got it right through the middle. Look at that. Oh, this is quite. I'm feeling quite stressed now. Definitely need one in the middle here. Although it's looking really good there, I want to try and see what I can do here. That's pretty good. I don't need this to go very far. I just need it to go over the top of the white there. That's okay there. That one's right. That's all right. The white needs a little bit of something down the middle of it. See how that pans out. Yeah, as I said, we're not going to see this until we're back from the US, so heaven knows how it's all going to pan out. I hope it will pan out pretty reasonably well. Okay, before we put the black on then, folks, I want to give you a look on Roam Cam so you can see what's going on here, because certain parts of this are looking pretty sensational. Here we go then. Let's go with the middle, because look at this, what's happening now. It really is really starting to take shape. This is the piece, tier 2 is the one I'm interested in the most. And you see I attacked it and covered the canvas up, which is really nice, and yet we've still got all these rivers and valleys and flows, and for what looks like it's all pretty much going in a straight line, I think you'll see it's pretty much doing anything but going in a straight line. As we scoot where all the colours are towards one side, this is towards the runoff area. Let's go this side. So here, where we've got lots of different things swirling on, almost like the storms of Jupiter, if we come 80 centimeters to this side, a lot different. Let's go down there so you can follow one of these trails going. This is what the paint's doing. Look at that. And then it's tailing off into some smoky wilderness, but it comes back up. It's almost going primal down into kind of pastel. It really is this gorgeous cascade as we go where the fold is, and we've got much more defined shapes if you follow my finger, and then we're going off into the realms of kind of next levelness over here, which is wonderful. But we've got really delicious blend of colors, and they're all kind of being dictated by what's going on here. And remember, as we go around the bottom, where the white and the magenta are, these are going to gently, they're still moving, albeit slowly. By the time they finish flowing, they're going to be nicely and gently through the center, so just adding some lightness to it. Let's have a look then at the waterfall edge, and oh my goodness me, what is going on here? Look at this down the bottom. I think we're going to have to be spraying that with some thinners. But that's looking pretty awesome. I love where it's falling down here. That's as organic as it gets, folks, on that turn. Isn't that wonderful? And look, it's disappeared off. Thank you very much. I'm off. I'm on the holes. That paint's disappeared off the edge. We do have a slight slope in the floor. It's bound to happen. We're dealing with all kinds of weird and wonderful angles on the floors here. Let's pop that with my finger. Yes. Oh no, it's gone again. Come on. There you go. Boom. Disappeared. We'll have no holes here. Isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Look at those lovely fronds. Just giving you a nice look on the close-up now. There you go. Look, round the coastline we go. We're going to spray those in a minute and see if we can encourage those to do some cool things. This is what we're getting on the bottom, folks. How about that? And things still changing. Look, we've got a right angle almost coming up just over here. Look, it's off. It's off. Yeah, that's where the canvas has obviously got too much paint on it, and it's started to bubble and it will ripple, and it's moving it. But that's also in my favor as well, because it means that, look at this. There you go. That's exactly what I mean. How about that for a cascade? Isn't that beautiful? So this needs no more work on this one. I've got to decide if the black's going on, which I might just do in, say, 2 places. I think this is a candidate here. We've still got it going on the front. You know, it might have to be chopped there, but that, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, I think this is the star of the show. We might have to give this a bit of a spray of thinners. Maybe just on this bit, on the shoreline, on the fronds, get that moving outwards. We'll leave that as it is, and everything else as is, barring the black. So if you can give me a corner cam shot, maybe on this, or a PTZ shot on that, I'm just going to spray the edge. See if we can encourage that to move a little bit. Right, let's start that way then. Is that going? I think it's going, isn't it? Yeah, see if we can encourage that to kind of move down a little bit. I know I've been standing on it. No one's saying that this is necessarily going to prove anything or be anything credible, but you know, it's all a learning curve. If we can get to a point where it does actually do something, I mean, happy days. It should start to maneuver now. There you go. I'm really giving it some stick just on the edge. Let's get this moving. Come on, edge. You're so close. There you go. You've got lots of cloudiness starting to work its way out. That's going to be all over the floor by tomorrow morning. Not that we're going to be in a position to see it. So we're going to come into this at some point, like you guys are, not really knowing what's about to happen. So I guess the last question is going to be black.
Hey, buddy, I've got an idea. What we need to do is a live cam, don't we?
Oh, yeah, I suppose you're right.
Put a live cam in here and we'll just keep it running on our channel.
Yeah.
And people can just watch it moving.
Watching the paint drying.
Until it ends up all over the floor.
Maybe. I mean, this is already on its way, you know, this way, but right, okay. I think two lines of black have to go in. I've just got to decide where they're going to go. I'm just going to do the 2. Okay, I think I know where. We've definitely got to have one here. And it's got to be here. Yeah, I'm just asking if it's thin enough. It is, but up to a point, because this isn't as thin as the rest. Because I need this just to be gentle. I don't want this to be too severe. Now, so that's going to sort itself out down there. Now I've got to decide where the other one's going to go, and it definitely does need one. And I think we're still in the magenta. I think it's got to be here, actually, right in the center. We recently put one into an existing client's house, a gentleman by the name of John, and we were in Ealing, and we delivered that one out. That was a stripy one, and it looked absolutely unreal in his stairwell. You can see that on the social channels, depending on our camera. Eddie will put the ticker feed along the bottom for you, and then you can see exactly where you can find us online, because we are in all kinds of places and on all the major networks. You can find us, just give us a follow at Suarez Art on just about all of them. Then you'll be able to see exactly what that looked like, because it was one like tier 2 and it went into his stairwell and it looked absolutely sublime. One of the best looking paintings in the best locations I think we've ever done. All three of us stood back and thought, my goodness me, now that does look good. Okay, so the black, this black is on its way down. I'm very happy with that. Here's the question to myself, does it need one last one? Yes, between the white and the blue. That's good. I like that. It's just giving it a tiny bit of gravity. I can hear Zane Taylor shouting at me, because he said that on the last one about getting black in. Maybe the Rita might also have said it as well. I'm sure plenty of you did when we did last week's. But for now, we're just going very subtle. Remember, I can't take it back off, but I can put more on. The one I'm really concerned about is this one here, which isn't doing an awful lot. So it could be that I might, yeah, see that black one up there, that's doing really nice. I need just a tiny drop fed down this, because I don't think it's going to do very much. It's kind of going to stop. And that's probably the place that I need it to be more active. So as careful as my hand can be. Let's just try that. That's it. Oh, quite tense, this. A lot of prep, a lot of work, a lot of thought processes go into this. But we may, guys, just have 2, if not 3, pretty awesome paintings here. Let me know which one you like in the comments or in the chat if you're watching this live. This is Stripes 2.0, and I'm really happy with this so far. 3 level. We've never done 3 levels before, but such was the admiration for the runoff area on last week's, and we thought, well, we owe it to ourselves to try. I mean, it's probably not going to flow very well because we're on a flat surface now, aren't we? But this one certainly, over on this side, is looking pretty sharp, and I'm extremely happy with that. I would stop now and chat to you all and say, what do you think, and read some of your comments out. So apologies that we're not in a position to do that as we are recording, because this is done a day early, as we're not here live, so to speak. Right, let's get AD on the line, because he's got a different viewpoint to me. I think that's looking pretty good there, mate.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, as Owen Wilson said, hey, that's pretty good. I'm on overhead.
Let's do Rome, mate, while you're chatting. Let's get you on the line.
Let's
say hello to
Rome. Hang on. Rome cam. There we go. Looking pretty good from this side, buddy.
Yeah, so now we've finally got the black here, look, which is just moving. So that little drop extra I put in has actually allowed it to breathe, which is good. We're getting that over there, which is starting to dissipate now. That's going to bring a little bit of gravity into the orange up there. And then we'll put the third one, which I'll go round. The third one is just making its way down. I mean, it might actually stay there, who knows? But it is there. Bless him, all on his own.
But less is more.
Yes, it'll come down, it'll sort itself out. So if anything, that would be the cut line. And then this would be, however large it is, it might be a 180, 190. That end I'm not too happy with. This one's fine. And that will become one. And then this definitely has got a lot of legs, and this is the one I was most interested in creating. Hopefully with that lightness will just start to filter through now. You know, there's the white still moving, still going down. Now the cream was put on a little while ago. We've done that in two goes. But that's starting to find its feet now, and it's still moving. I'm trying to keep as still as I can, and you can just see that small little tail just going straight through, as we are with the tails from the other creams that we've done as well.
How are your dog legs doing?
My dog legs?
Yeah, your dog legs on tier 2.
Tier 2.
The line or the yellow where it's dog legging.
Oh, yeah, see, yeah.
Yes.
Here, look, there you go. Yeah, so it's disappeared off. This is where we've got a ripple in the canvas. Of course, it's hit a natural obstacle, and the paint is now going to find the line of least resistance around it. So just here, where it's rippled, owing to the volume of paint and maybe the thinners, it's now come off and gone round this way, which is really cool. And doing the same here, look, so we've obviously got, you can see it all coming off the edge of the canvas. There's a slight lean, but we knew it wouldn't be as accurate as we wanted it to. But interesting, look what we've got going on. I mean, these are genuine pools. You imagine that as a complete painting. Excuse me. Maybe if it's good enough, it stays as a complete painting. Maybe this is what, excuse me, you know, we do make it one complete one. I just don't know. That's the beauty of doing this. You just never know, do you?
I think it should be. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you imagine what we did outside and how that came off, that's you've kind of done that.
Yeah, we definitely have.
This is the beauty of Suarez. You never actually know what you're going to get until it's dry. Is
right.
Life's like a box of chocolates?
It is like a box of chocolates, mate. Yeah, you're right.
It's like a Suarez painting. You never quite know what you're going to get.
Okay. If there are any casting agents out there, don't call soon. Right. Okay. That's pretty cool, folks. I like that. What do you think of that? I think I'm going to stop the time lapse. I think I'm going to call that, actually. That's going to settle itself down. We're going to get all the black starting to filter through. The white is going to lighten some of that up. We've got goodness only knows what's going on down here. This is pretty fantastic. And beautiful regular stripes up at the top. I'm really liking that. And that is Stripes 2.0. What do you think of that, folks? Have you made it to the end of the broadcast? Have a gold star and well done you if you have. Remember, normal service is resumed on the 21st of February 2024. And that's when we're going to be drawing not one, but two winners for two original Suarez paintings. At the moment, you got a 1 in 30 chance of winning. Let's get you all commenting on that video. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, then all you've got to do is just go and look for that thumbnail on my channel, Painting with Stripes, and leave a comment. That is all you've got to do. And on the 21st of February, we will be drawing from the list of comments 2 winners for 2 Suarez original paintings. Oh my goodness me, it doesn't get any more real than that. And talking of real, it's unedited, it's live, it's uninterrupted, and look what we've done in a very short space of time. 1, 2, 3 cascades of awesomeness. We've gone and done it again. We've done something we've never done before, and most importantly, we've done it live in front of you guys. We're unscripted, we're unrehearsed, we're just doing it as raw as it comes. I really hope you're appreciating the effort we put into this. And of course, because we're not here tonight, we're in the US, we didn't want to miss out on giving you guys something really spectacular to look at. Well, hope you have enjoyed that. Remember to leave a comment on this video as soon as it finishes. If you've been in the chat, thank you very much for contributing. We are very, very grateful. And if I've managed to get on the chat, even better, but apologies if not. It means the Wi-Fi on the plane is just not available. But please do know we'll be doing our best to bring you that when this video goes out. Okay, well that just leaves me to say a very big thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed our Stripes escapade, our cascade of rainbow wonderfulness on this live broadcast. We do look forward to seeing you again on the 21st. We've probably got a video coming out before then. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit the big red button. That's it from us two for this live stream. Thank you very much for joining us and for all the time you're spending with us every week. We really do appreciate it. And we'll give you an update on how we get on overseas at some point in time. Watch this space. That just leaves me to say a big thank you for watching us this evening. We hope you've enjoyed the show. And we look forward to seeing you again next time. Remember to keep the 21st as a date in your diary because you do not want to miss that. That's it from us, folks. Have a very good rest of week and we'll see you again very, very soon. But from Adi and myself, that's it for now. And we'll see you again soon.